Hello. Kate, am I in focus? Because this looks kind of weird.
You are in focus from
Okay.
here.
Hello, people. Welcome to today. Don't forget, say hello in the comments so that we know that somebody's here. Hi, Marissa. Hi, Decker. And we want to see lots of comments today. We're getting up there. Hi, Shelly. Hi, Willa. Hi, Eileen. Hi, Terry. What a beautiful day after the Brady Bowl. Day after the Brady Bowl. Everybody should be pretty happy. Well, maybe not everybody, but most people. I thought that was a pretty good game. Hey, Bonnie. Nice to see all of you, or have all of you here with us. So this is supposed to be Lunch with Linda, and I just finished eating my lunch, but I wanted to show you guys again the new tea drops that we are carrying. So they come in these great little packages, so you can buy them individually. They're $1.75 each, and then they also come in a sampler box so that you can try a whole bunch of them. Hey, Gail. Hi, Stella. Hi, Donna. Not a whole bunch of them, but there's like 3 or 4 different kinds, 2 pouches each in the box, so you can try them. So, because I already ate, I thought I would try one today. So all you do is cut it open, and this one is orange cinnamon roll. And I just noticed that at the top of the package it says dessert tea. Oh, it smells dessert tea collection. It smells like dessert too. It comes in a little heart shape. Bonnie, you tried one. Hi, Lana. And it was yummy good. You like it? So it looks like this. And I showed you guys these last week, but we're going to try it again because today we're at the store. You just drop it in your cup. Hi, Ruth Ann. And I already heated the water so that hopefully it's not like boiling hot and I won't be able to talk. And as you pour the water in, that little heart dissolves.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Can you lift that up?
Don't pour it.
I know. Gonna. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, never mind. We're not gonna get it. Right there, right there. So there we go. So it is dissolving, and you can see it. This is like Facebook Live gymnastics. Yeah, Eileen, I love the cup too. It's my favorite, absolute favorite. And so it completely dissolves. Thanks, Kate. And you are then left with a delicious and easy cup of tea. And if you haven't had to try to put it on, show anybody on a computer how to do it, or what it looks like, you won't have a mess. You won't even have a tea bag to deal with. So we're carrying those, and like I said, they're $1.75. So you can sample. Oh, that's good. Now, we've had tea before, the honey teas, and those are the teas that had the honey already in it, and those were really sweet. These are not like that. That, even though that flavor is orange cinnamon roll, it's not a really sweet tea. So I think that those of you that don't like sweet tea will actually enjoy these. So we're gonna have those in there. So what happened to me this week? Well, we got some really fun and interesting information that I want to share with you. This won't be for everybody, but it happened to somebody close to me, and I really want to help her. Her name is Lynn Bertrand, and a few years ago she worked for me when we were in the other location part-time, and at that time she told me that she was working on a book, and she's written some children's book, but this was a big novel. And I was always asking her, how's it coming? I feel like I was there the day she sent it off to a bunch of different editors. It was finally accepted. We celebrated that day as well. And now it is published. And there is going to be a big book event, a book launching, I guess you would call it, at Broadside Book tomorrow night. Kate's going to share the information. It is a virtual kind of book launch. So Lynn will be there, I think, doing a little bit of a reading from it and then answering questions from everybody. It is a young adult novel, and it is kind of dystopian, science fiction-y kind of thing. I haven't actually read it yet, but I did talk to Lynn, hi Gia, quite a bit about it. Now, why, besides the fact that Lynn is a friend, am I excited about this book? I like I said, I sort of feel like I watched her birth this thing, but Lynn is a knitter, and she has incorporated, I guess that's right, knitting in a very unique way into this story. The story is about a group of teenagers who are messengers that kind of travel across the top of a city, the towers of a city. They wear a lot of knitted garments, but knitting needles actually play a very big role, both as tools, as weapons, and as something magical. So I'm really excited to get my hands on the book tomorrow. The book goes on sale tomorrow, and I am going to get myself a copy of it and read it. So Lynn Bertrand, she is also very much involved in the Green River Music Festival that happens in July, and has had me up there for a few years actually doing some morning crafts, knitting crafts with the kids that are at the campground. So she's very much involved in the music scene in the Valley, and this book is getting really good reviews, and I hope it does really, really well for her. So that's something new and unusual that I was happy to hear about this week. The name of the book is called the City of the Uncommon Thief. Broadside has them. She already went up there and signed a whole bunch of comments. Kate, I'm going to have you type in the name, just the name of the book again in the comments. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. The City of the Uncommon Thief. She did it. And you can register. It's a free event tomorrow night if you want to attend it. But we do want to try and support Lynn, and maybe there'll be a knitting book. Shh. We're not talking about it yet. All right. So the next thing coming up is our self-love retreat on Saturday from 12 to 4. What is that and why is that? Well, it's just before Valentine's Day, and we thought, let's be a little bit indulgent. So I'm going to do a Zoom online from 12 to 4. At 12:30, I'm going to do some a couple of little intros to a couple of different ways of casting on, a provisional cast on and a super stretchy cast on that Bonnie just shared with me the other day. So I'm going to demonstrate those. And an hour later, my friend Eileen is going to demonstrate how to join yarn. She's going to do the Russian join and the magic knot. And then an hour from that, Bonnie's going to demonstrate beaded knitting. You don't have to do any of those, but we thought it would be a fun way to kind of make some knitting time a little more fun and interesting. It will be here at the shop, so the shop will be open. So hopefully if you do participate with us, you'll kind of feel like you're in the store, in class, with all of the activity that usually goes on with it. One of the things that a lot of self-help, self-love books say that you should do to show yourself some love is do something that you love. And so I based this around the idea of you starting something that you've been dying to make, or you've put off, or you've got that favorite yarn or that expensive favorite yarn stashed away and you want to do something special with it. So I thought this would be a fun way to kind of get everybody going on a project that maybe they've put off. It sounds like we're going to have plenty of winter still left this month, so we're still going to be inside, I think, quite a bit. So there's plenty of time. I want to share with you what I am going to make. Yep. And the retreat listing is on the website. So if you do want to participate, go to the website. You can sign up and pay for it, and we'll have your email and be able to send you the link. But I'm going to start Stephen West's Dotted Rays. I have had this in my Ravelry library since it first came out, and every single time it pops up, I think, okay, I'm going to start that. I'm going to start that. I'm going to start that. Well, now I'm going to start it. Just like you guys, I'm going to do something for myself this year too. And I wanted to give you an idea of what kinds of things you can use to make this kind of a project. If you want to do it with me, you're welcome to. But Dotted Rays is a shawl pattern that's actually written for a heavier weight. It's written for either a DK or a worsted weight. And the yarns that I pulled out, you could do it is 570 yards. So you would need 2 skeins of something like the unique DK. And I pulled out 2 different colors, even though they would go. But the unique stripes itself. So when you look at that pattern, he did use a gradient yarn to do it initially. And by using the striping yarn, that will take care of it itself. So you can put together something like that. And the 2 skeins together gives you a little bit over that amount of yarn that you need to do the shawl. Yeah, because it's 330 yards per skein, so you end up with 660 and you need 590. So that's going to be plenty to do if you want to do something colorful. But then I thought, man, the Jilly and Kittles colors would be gorgeous together, and you would need 3 skeins. So I pulled 3 colors of the Jilly and Kittles DK, and this I thought was really springy and makes me smile just to look at it. So I think I might do something like that. Hey Gia, you're finishing. Oh, good, Gia. Gia's gonna come and participate then. And yeah, it's also a good way if you don't want to start a project. It's a good place to come and finish a project, because we all know that finishing is a lot easier to do when you've got company, especially because it gives you a little bit of pressure. So this Jilly and Kittles we got at the beginning. No, it was around in the summertime. This is 100% wool. Remember, Jill is in Rhode Island, a hand dyer in Rhode Island, and this is a machine washable superwash merino and a little bit of nylon. This yarn has about 240 yards per skein, so you do need that 3rd skein in order to get right up there to the 590. But it's a nice way, I thought, to use colors. So I also put together these 3. If you want something not quite so light, but this still has a real spring kind of feeling to it, you can use the 3 colors in this kind of combination. It's a gray, this kind of purplish color, and this lighter spring green. And in this green you can really see the variation in the yarn. It's not a multicolored yarn, but it does have some variation from light to dark within it, and that feels really nice. And then I pulled out some of the other unique colors, just to give you an idea of doing some really bright colors if you wanted to do a shawl like that, and something a little more toned down. But that's just something to think about, something to start, something to finish, something that you're just dying to knit along. One more combination of the Jilly and Kittles was this one. And this is one color that does have some real variegation in it. And with this blue and purple, I think that combination really would look nice. I don't know, I might have to make them all. No, can't.
That one's gonna be a surprise. So.
Yeah. So with all of those shawls being made, where did I put all, oh, here they are. We did get in some new shawl pins. Hi Eileen, yeah, I know you're dying to know what I'm wearing. This vest pattern is actually the Willa vest, because Willa, who was here, came in and we wrote the pattern for this quite a while ago. But this is done with a Noro yarn, but it would look great in any kind of multicolor yarn. So it's a ribbed yoke and then a stocking net stitch body. So it's really easy and fun to do. And I did do it in pieces, so there is a side seam in it, not in the round, but it just buttons in the yoke part. So we still have plenty of those patterns too, if you've got some yarn hanging around that you want to use up. And it's a worsted weight, so it's only going to take between 500 and 800 yards depending on the size that you end up doing it. Okay, so we got some great new shawl pins in from our Provincetown shawl guy, and I wanted to show you these because they are a little bit different. Now the metal itself, we've had just those in, but now he's doing them with colored stones in them, and this one is a real rock. Can you kind of see that in this way, that it is a real actual rock in there? Maybe rock isn't the right word. Stone is probably a better gemstone.
That one's like a triangle.
And then the turquoise also has a little rock in there as well. So the shape is very different. But most of them are a little more refined in that they have a round stone in them, and they're in all different colors. I didn't pull them all out because there are so many of them. We got about 36 of them in. So this is just a black kind of stone. Yeah, Bonnie stocked them for us. Hi, Maureen. Hey, Willa, again. So you gotta come in and check these out, or check these out the next time you're in. We got them both in silver and in gold. And some of the stones are iridescent, so they are almost see-through, and some, like that black one that I just showed you, are a little more solid. But they're all about this medium size, and you can put them as a sweater closure or as a shawl closure, and they stay on. And they're also, he has lots of instructions for using them in your hair as well. But I think Kate could use them in her hair.
Yeah.
They will fall out of mine. Too fine. But we use them for shawl pins and really like them. So we've got a whole bunch of those. These are $19. So we have quite a selection right now. If you're thinking of Valentine's Day, or you get yourself usually something for Valentine's Day, or you're just sick and tired of picking your shawl up off the ground, then this will help keep it up there for you. So the dotted, this is also, the dotted rays is what I'm gonna do. I also have not forgotten about you crocheters. So crocheters are welcome as well. And yesterday, during the Super Bowl, I started this pattern. What was the name of that pattern? Where'd it go?
Just breathe.
Just Breathe is, oh, here it is. Just Breathe is the name of the crochet pattern. And this makes a really nice little shawl, and it uses just 463 yards approximately. So you can get away with most sock yarns that are just over 400. So I got all of this done yesterday. If you didn't know, I was actually an avid crocheter before I was an avid knitter. So it did not take me long to do this. Every once in a while I love to get out the crochet hook and just really have some quick reward with it. So this will be a little around the neck shawl, and it's very much like the hitchhiker in the knitting pattern. I haven't blocked it because I'm not finished, but it has these points along the edge, so that when it's blocked, it's going to look like the picture in the link that Kate put up, so that those teeth will kind of show. And I am just about done, and I've just started the decreasing. So it is a shawl that increases and then decreases out in just that one skein. And yeah, it is really pretty, Terry, and really fun to do. And the other thing that I wanted to mention about the crochet is, like I said, I have been crocheting for a really long time. And I don't often get very excited about crochet hooks. We've all got favorite hooks and needles. There's a brand that you like the feel of, that you do really well with. Well, there are new crochet hooks out, a new company. These are Zings, and I cannot tell you what a pleasure these are to crochet with. I was surprised that it's so light in my hand. The tip of the hook is just pointy enough, and the hook part itself does not catch. Sometimes I hate the bamboo and wooden hooks because I feel like they're too sharp and they catch on the yarn, so they really slow me down. So if you are in the market for a crochet hook or looking to try something new, I'm going to recommend these Zings. We did get a few of them in the different sizes, but just a little for your information there. And then I did pull out some yarn one skeiners that you could use to do a crochet shawl. And obviously, if you can crochet a shawl in one skein, you can knit a shawl in one skein, because crochet does tend to use a little bit more yarn. This is one of Periwinkle Sheep's Rainbow of Hope colors, and Jean just finished a sweater in this yarn with a strand of mohair. I'm not sure I posted it yet, but on our Facebook page, but she used it with a strand of mohair, and it is stunningly beautiful. So I will, I'll look back, and if I didn't post it, I will. This particular one has a tiny bit of sparkle in it, which I don't think will show up on the Facebook. But then we've got lots and lots of spring-like colors that will do a fun little multicolor shawl in all of these different sock yarns. This is the Reserve Sport. And then we've still got the Serenade in this 100% silk. That would make a delicious summer crocheted or knit scarf or shawl to go into the next season with. And this is the Reserve Fingering. The Reserve has, it's mostly merino wool with 10% cashmere and 20% nylon. So it really adds to the softness of that whole thing. And the drape is what's really important in these. That's why you will find most designers using sock yarn, because when it's knit or crocheted, it really stays very supple and has a lot of drape to it. So another little thing that I found this morning when I was checking, I've had this piece bouncing around in the store ever since the shift, Andrea Maury's shift came along. And basically I was just using up some leftover yarn from a sweater that we had done. But I used the Andrea Maury, that's where we get stuck. Andrea Maury did the pattern for the cowl, a shawl, and a sweater. She didn't invent the pattern. It's a mosaic, basic mosaic pattern where you are knitting with one color at a time and you are knitting and slipping stitches. But the color work itself, these are two multicolored yarns. She used a lot of spin cycle yarn when she did hers, so there was a lot of variation in the color. You can do that. You can use any multicolor, any groups of multicolor, combine multicolor with solid color, back and forth to get all kinds of color combinations. So because this was knit with leftovers, it was never quite big enough to be something. It would just, I made it really too wide to really be an effective cowl. It's not long enough, but it's plenty wide enough. But, hi Marilyn, plenty wide enough, but not long enough to really be a scarf or a shawl. It's just kind of weird. But it's effective in showing the stitch and in talking about the color. So when I opened up my Ravelry feed this morning to find all of the patterns that I knew I was going to talk about today, one of the things that popped up was this design by Melody Johnson. She calls it Dots and Dashes Slip Stitch Cowl. and I'm pretty sure this was a free pattern on Ravelry, and it's the same concept, only she's giving you directions for how to make it fit into a cowl. It's done straight and then sewn together. And what she did was use up all of her leftover yarns. She wrote the directions for you on a decent sized needle, which I can't find right away. Maybe Kate can look at that. Oh, yeah, so she used the Silky Merino and Arroyo. So she used a lightweight, sport weight or DK weight. You could also use a sock weight, but it's a great way to use up all of your odds and ends of stuff too, because you can put them in all kinds of fun color combinations. When I saw the pattern, I was like, why, and I just said this to Kate, why do I need to reinvent the wheel? There's the pattern. This is what I did. I kept saying I was going to write it, never found the time. Now it's written. If you want to try some simple slip stitch with it, download this pattern. And I grabbed a bag of lots of leftover stuff that I'm going to make one with, just with all of these different colors, to really mix it up and have some fun playing with color. Whenever you play with color like that, it's really interesting to see how one color changes when it's against another color. You begin to see a little bit of that when if you have ever done any of the shift patterns from Andrea, because she does combine one color on top of another, and it really is fun and eye-opening to see how the different colors play against each other when one is on top of the other. That is that and all of that. Very quickly, we have sold all, oh, thanks, Kate. There's the sweater that Jean, I did put it on Instagram, that Jean made with a strand of the periwinkle sheep in the single ply with a strand of the mohair. And it's just stunningly beautiful. She had enough left over to make a cowl. On Saturday, she came in to show us the cowl that she made to sit on top of that sweater, which was really neat. But we sold all of the kits that we had made up already of the Bernie mittens. So I wanted to let you guys know that I'm about to send a check to Cancer Connection for $50. Thank you guys so much for that support. We are in the process of cleaning up and cleaning out, and I think we will probably be able to put together a few more of the kits. And the pattern that we are giving with the yarn, with the kit, has both the mittens and a hat pattern with it. And I showed you the hat, I think last week or the week before, something like that. So you have enough to do one or the other or both of them with that kit, but I'm really happy to be sending that check off as well. And that is my list. Can you believe it? So I'm gonna drink my tea and hope that you guys enjoyed this as much as I did, and I hope to hear from you this week. We are still staying with our Wednesday through Saturday hours, and at least through March, I think, or maybe until I get my vaccination anyway. But I'll keep you posted, and check out the website. Please join us for that self-love retreat for a little afternoon fun. And then I didn't talk at all. There's also the pajama party. I'm going to talk about the pajama party next week because you do not want to miss that. We got a whole pajama party bag that is ready to go out to you when you do sign up for that class. So next week I'll be showing you all of the things that you'll get in the pajama party bag when you sign up for that. And also to let you know, Gia texted me this morning that she has just put in the mail our next load of masks, which is good because I'm ready for something springy or sheepy. But this is what Gia's masks look like. They're really comfortable and easy to breathe in. So we'll be looking forward to getting those in stock again soon. All right, you guys, take care. Happy Monday, and it's going to be a great week. Bye.